Guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I thought I would do a kind of going over new makeup releases video because I haven't done one of these in like months. I don't do these all the time the way other YouTubers do, just because other YouTubers are able to do like an overlay image like beside them, and I am a noob with YouTube and don't really know how to do that. So I have to show you guys pictures on my iPad, and I know not a lot of people like that. So for that reason, I don't do these on a weekly basis or anything. So it is what it is. I'm just occasionally, if there's things that like especially pique my interest, I like to do these because like it's just fun to like share my thoughts when there's something like super relevant happening. If it's like insanely super relevant, like as in it's breaking the internet kind of thing, like the Jeffree Star launch and the Jaclyn Hill launch, I'll do like a dedicated video for that, which I did for both of those. These are just like, you know, what's popping up on Trend Mood and Indie Makeup Spotlight this week. So let's start with the indie stuff. So the first thing I have here is a reveal of Cloud Beauty Company's palette that's launching tomorrow, February 28th. So I'll just hold this up here so you can see. But if you're not already following Indie Makeup Spotlight on Instagram, you should really follow because you'll get to see these in a much better format. But yeah, so this is interesting to me. I've never heard of Cloud Beauty Company before. I don't know, have you guys heard of that company before? It's indie, so obviously it's going to be less well known just in general. But here's my initial thoughts. The color story is obviously very cool toned. It's fine, I guess. Nothing that like really interests me that much. But can I just point out, like, why are the shade names on these weird little labels that are like, I'll see if I'll get it to focus so you can really see what I'm talking about. Let's not do that. Okay. They're on these weird little labels that are like all cut jaggedly and like not in uniform, and like they just look really sloppy. Like, I don't know if that's like the aesthetic they're going for, like some kind of like crafty kind of thing, but to me that just looks unprofessional. Like if you're gonna put a palette out there, like at least, I don't know, it just looks like a craft. It looks like somebody cut the shade names off of a piece of paper and glued it on. Like, it doesn't look good to me. Sorry, Cloud Beauty Company. Maybe the products are really good. Maybe that's like just the aesthetic that they're going for, but I don't think, if it is, I don't think it's very well executed. It just, half of the labels are like thick and then some of them are thin, and it just looks very bizarre to me. So those are my thoughts on that. Next, there is a reveal of the new Lethal Cosmetics collaboration with Jolina Menon. I don't know that influencer. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. But this is the collaboration right here. So obviously when I first see this, sorry if it's not in focus, but if you're watching this, just grab your phone and go along with me on Indie Makeup Spotlight. It's just a lot easier. But yeah, obviously the first thing that stood out to me was that this palette looks so much like an ABH palette. Like, just the design, it just looks like a complete ripoff of the ABH packaging. That being said, there's only so many ways you can put an eyeshadow pan into a cardboard palette, you know what I mean? So it's not like, I don't know, it's not like it's that innovative of a palette design in the first place. So to say it was like copied is kind of, I don't know if it's fair to say that. That being said, the colors are interesting. I think it's a little bit strange for this color story to come out now, because it looks to me like a lot more of a fall color story. It's got those like oranges, greens, yellows, kind of like warm browns, things like that I think work really, really well in the fall. And so to release it now at the beginning of spring just seems a little odd to me. But that being said, I still like it. Like, I like the color story. I like the palette. I think there's going to be lipsticks and things like that too, because there's a couple lipsticks in this image here. So I assume there's going to be lipsticks in this collection as well. Yeah, so that's it kind of for the indie side of things. I don't think I'll be picking up either of these. Like I said, I'm on a no buy right now. And despite the fact that I've, spoiler alert, like kind of broken my no buy a tiny bit, I'm still trying to keep it in check, so I will not be picking these up. So let's go over to Trend Mood now. And Trend Mood has just shared an image of a new Morphe collection that is coming out, which is a palette and some bronzers, it looks like. So that's what that looks like. I will say I commend Morphe for finally doing another smaller palette instead of like the gigantic ones that they always do. And this one is obviously very, very neutral. There's a couple pops of, like there's a pop of pink and like kind of a more bright yellow in there. But overall, it's a neutral palette for sure. I like the colors in it. I think they're very wearable if you're in the market for kind of like what to wear to work kind of a palette, like a work appropriate eyeshadow palette. This would be a really good one for that. There's a good mix of mattes and shimmers. The bronzers look fine. I mean, I'm not a big bronzer kind of girl, so for me, like, I stick with one bronzer and that's basically it. I don't like to bronze very much because I have a cooler undertone to my skin, and I find bronzing is like always looks very warm toned a lot of the time and can look kind of orange on my, like, I don't want to really look like Donald Trump, so like I'm not really going to orange up my face a whole lot. These ones, I will say, look a little more on the cool side. Obviously the two deeper ones are more warm, but this one in particular right here looks like a shade that would actually work for me because it's more of a cool toned, like beigey brown. So that's it. It's interesting, but again, I won't be buying it. I'm on a no buy essentially, so the answer to will I buy it for all of these is no, but it's not that I don't want these things. I just can't afford them at the moment. So next is a new, I guess, collection with a mini palette from KKW Beauty. And this is what that looks like. So I think this is really, really pretty. And like, I'm a basic bitch. So like, even though today I've got like kind of a colorful eye look on, like this is not typical for me, and especially if I'm working, like I'm not gonna wear something quite this out there. So these colors actually look really, really good. I mean, they're obviously, the whole top row is almost white, and I use those shades a lot to like set my eye primer and things like that. However, if you're like a deep skin tone, those three shades might not work for you at all. So that's something to consider, I guess. But yeah, I like it. It's cute. Like, I really like this palette. If it wasn't expensive, which it doesn't say the price on here, but it's KKW Beauty, so I'm just gonna assume it's expensive. If it wasn't that expensive, I might consider this one just because it looks really, really pretty. It reminds me of the Juvia's Place. They did two brown mini palettes. One was the chocolates and one was the nudes. And this one kind of looks like a hybrid of like, because like it's the same 6-pan format, but the top row kind of looks like something that would go with the nudes, and then the bottom row kind of looks like the chocolates from Juvia's Place. Just like shade wise, I don't know formula wise, I've never tried KKW Beauty before. But yeah, it's interesting. I like it. I like the aesthetic. I like the branding that they've done with the actual reveal photo, with the little pearls and things. It's cute. Okay, so next there's the Glossier liquid to powder eyeshadow stick things. This is what they look like. Here's the thing. I'm not that into anything that's liquid to powder, or like even anything liquid in general on my eyes. Like I prefer like straight up eyeshadow, like powders. Sometimes I'll put on like a glittery topper that's like liquid maybe or something, but like I don't know. So for me, this is a no. Even if I had the money, you know, like this would be a no for me. That being said, I think it's an interesting idea, and maybe, you know, if you're into trying out new like types of products, maybe this would be something that's interesting to you. Okay, what's next? Ooh, this one. I've been excited to talk about this one because this one really caught my attention, and I really, really, really like it. Again, can't afford it, won't be getting it, but I really like it. And it is the Huda Beauty little like mini pastel palettes. Lots of people have been talking about these, so I'm sure you have seen them before, but there's sort of a pink and yellow one, the rose one. Then there's a kind of a purpley orangey one, which is the lilac one, and then there's a mint one, which has a couple like beige-ish orange shades, and then a lot of bluey greens. I would not personally get the mint one just because I feel like mint greens are like hard to pull off. But the other two, like the pastel rose and the pastel lilac ones, are so pretty. I love the marbling that she's put in a couple of the pans in each palette have a little marbled shade. I love that, and I don't know why I love it. Like, I can't really explain to you guys a valid reason for liking that. It's still gonna mix together when you put it on your face, so it shouldn't draw me in as much as it does, but it really, really does. Like, I see that and it just makes me feel creative. It makes me like inspired to use it. Can't explain, like it's illogical, but but that's just the effect it has on me, so I really like that. Yeah, I think the one I'm most into is the lilac one, just because the pink, like the rose one, has too many yellows that I feel like I don't wear yellow eyeshadow, although it is very on point for like Easter, which is right around the corner, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, I love the purple one. You guys know I love purple, so do I need it? No, because I have so many purples already in my collection, and of course I can't afford it, so I won't be buying it, but it's really, really pretty. I think that's one of the most exciting new releases that for me personally. And then lastly, I'm just going to talk about, this is a little bit older. It's not like super new just because I haven't done this kind of video in a while, so it's still new-ish, but it's the Makeup Revolution glass collection, and this is what it looks like. So the reason I included this is because, so I tried Makeup Revolution for the first time ever with those teddy bears that you see behind me, and I just filmed, I don't know if it's up yet, it might not be up yet, but stay tuned if it's not. I just filmed my first impressions using those teddy bear palettes, and like, spoiler alert, it wasn't great. So for that reason, I'm like hesitant about Makeup Revolution's quality, like, since that was my first time using them. That being said, I know the bears are kind of gimmicky and like they might not have the greatest like formula or whatever, because they are kind of like banking on the cute packaging to sell it. So it's not like the high point of that collection is like the quality necessarily. So I'm not totally done with Makeup Revolution. I might give them another chance. That particular glass collection, the color story doesn't really speak to me, so that I'm not going to be picking up, but I might try something else from Makeup Revolution eventually at some point, just to like give them another shot. But yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, so that's all I have for you guys today with the new releases. I know I didn't go over every single new release that is coming out right now. I just kind of picked the ones that were interesting to me. I don't know. So yeah, let me know if any of you guys picked up any of the products I talked about and what you think of them, or if you will be picking them up, because some of them don't get released until like tomorrow or in the future. But let me know what you think of them. I'd love to hear your thoughts, because I can't buy them myself, so I like to live vicariously through my subscribers when you guys tell me what you think of a product. So let me know what you think, and stick around or come back tomorrow for the next video, because I do post a video every single day. So hit that subscribe button so you won't miss my next video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. All right, bye guys.